Alcazar's on his way to South America today. Make sure he never gets on the plane.
What about Sky's daughter?
Alcazar promised Sky that they'd all fly back together. I gave Sky a cell phone with my number programmed into it. As soon as Lila is in her hands, she will call me, and that is your signal to do what you got to do to Alcazar. I want that bastard gone without a trace.
Mommy's checkup?
Okay, assuming Sky does come through and we actually get rid of Alcazar, we still have to deal with Jax's brother. He paid me a visit last night.
And he's still alive?
Well, Craig has an insurance policy to make sure it stays that way.
What are you talking about?
Emily. He got Emily to open up a bank account in her own name that he's using to funnel money that can be traced right back to her. And he claims if anything happens to him, he's going to go to the government, turn in evidence that will implicate him.
Why is Emily mixed up in this whole thing?
Idea.
Okay, I don't have to tell you, but you know, you need to keep her safe, obviously. But right now, you have to focus on Alcazar.
I do not appreciate being called at 6 a.m. to get you an injunction.
Diane, I do not appreciate that my kids get woken up in the middle of the night by a helicopter on top of the house next door.
Well, your new neighbor must be somebody important.
I don't care who my new neighbor is, but I tell you what, whoever it is in for a rude awakening.
I bought...
We need to talk about James Craig right now.
Okay. Me and Jerry Jax, I know they're the same person.
How do you know that?
Craig, Jerry stopped by Windermere to let me know that the two of you have come to some sort of an understanding. As long as you don't kill him, then I'll stay out of prison.
So he really does have espionage evidence?
Yeah, I went to the bank with him. I set up an account. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I just signed the papers approving the wire transfer.
Why would you go wrong with
I did what I had to do to protect someone I love, Jason. I would think that you would understand that.
We've invested a lot of time, not to mention money, in this.
Then get your return from someone else. I'm finished.
The hard part is over. The show's a hit.
Look, I don't care. It's not worth risking my life. Find someone else to be Sam's producer.
Wait a minute, you're quitting?
Look, I'm all for love, Sam. I really am, but your boyfriend is dangerous, which makes being around you life-threatening. In the short time I've been producing this show, I've had a gun pointed at me 3 times total. Twice yesterday. You may be all right with that, but I'm not. I'll email you my formal resignation.
Sam, you know how much we love you at the network. You got a great look. Your on-camera presence is incredible, but without Amelia, you're just a pretty girl who climbed out on a ledge.
What are you saying?
Find a way to get Amelia back on board or the show's canceled.
Jerry injected Nicholas with a toxin. For weeks, the only thing keeping him alive was a dose of the counteragent every 24 hours. I watched Nicholas flatline one night, Jason, while he was waiting for the counteragent. So when Craig asked me to accompany him on a business trip, I knew that if I didn't, Nicholas was going to die.
Okay, but why did you come to me?
I was afraid that you were going to care more about revenge for what Jerry did to Dad than about keeping Nicholas alive.
Is Nicholas okay?
Robin and Patrick were able to duplicate the counteragent.
So now it's only your life at risk.
Nicholas warned me not to go along with Jerry, and I just didn't listen because I thought that cooperating was the only way to protect him.
I am going to get you out of this.
I don't think that Jerry has any intention of turning me in for espionage as long as you leave him alone.
I'm not going to leave you as his
I want him to pay
Emily.
as much as you do, Jason, but killing him is not going to solve anything. Dad wouldn't want you to kill someone to avenge his death. You know that as well as I do.
Tell Wes I left the notes for this week's production meeting on my desk.
So that's it? You're just gonna walk out, just like that?
I'm sure the network will have another producer in place by this afternoon.
No, they won't. Brandon said if you quit, they're canceling the show.
He's bluffing. I know for a fact that the network has way too much money invested in this show to pull the plug now. They'll find another producer, preferably someone who doesn't mind being shot at. They'll take my place and the show will go on. Have a good life.
Wait a minute, Amelia, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for flipping out about the abuse piece yesterday. My behavior is unacceptable.
I'm driven, yes, but not to the point of mental illness. I'm starting to think that you're another story.
Come on, what, you think I'm crazy? Come on.
Okay, clearly you were in an abusive situation in your past, and now your first impulse is to reach for a gun when threatened. And, you know, that's fine. Makes you the perfect match for your gangster boyfriend. And the only difference I can see is that at least Jason accepts that his life is dangerous. I have to hand it to the guy. At least he had the sense to leave his son with Elizabeth. No child should have to grow up surrounded by violence, or come home one day and hear that their father has been shot to death.
Wait a minute, wait.
Doctor said we get to go home. What do you think about that? You ready to get out of this hospital? Yeah, I just can't wait for Daddy to get here.
Wait, Jason. You don't have to leave.
I heard you were being released today.
Yeah, Dr. Lee gave me a clean bill of health.
So that's good. How you getting home?
Lucky's coming with Cameron. They should be here soon.
Okay, I'll just, we'll get out of your room.
Actually, I'm really glad you're here because I was thinking once we go home, things might get a little crazy, with my schedule and your schedule. I don't know when you're gonna get to see him again. Do you want to hold him?
Yeah.
There you go, Jake. There you go.
It's Jake?
Yeah, it's short for Jacob Martin. I gave him your initials.
Jacob Martin. I like it. Here you go. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's all set.
Okay, I'm on my way. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
You had a great mom, Jake. She's always gonna do what's best for you.
Maybe Jason and I aren't cut out to have kids, and maybe Jake is better off with Elizabeth than he would be with his own father. After all, Jason's job is dangerous. Look, Amelia, that's something that I'm not oblivious to. I just accept it as a part of Jason's life. It doesn't mean that I don't care about my own life or my own career.
It's kind of hard to have either of those things when you're dead.
Look, I understand that, but I can't undo what Jerry has done. All I can do is promise you that things will be different in the future.
That's an empty promise, Sam, one that you can't possibly back up. Unless you're willing to end things with Jason. How many times have you been shot at because of Jason? I mean, do you even know? Or did you just stop counting somewhere along the way?
Come on, that is not fair.
Look, your relationship with Jason has made you, and me by extension, a target. It wasn't enough that a bullet robbed you of the chance to have a child, but now you have to find out that Jason has been lying to you for weeks about his own child with another woman? How are you supposed to get past that?
Ow, it's pretty easy because there are plenty of secrets that I haven't told Jason. I haven't told anyone except you. Amelia, you're more than just a producer to me. You are my friend, and I trust you, and I want you to trust me too, which is why you can't quit. Please, I will talk to Jason. I promise there will be no more violence around you. Just don't walk away, please.
You don't need me, Sam.
I do. I need you. Everyday Heroes needs you. This was your idea. I know that, which is why you can't quit. Come on, this show is all I have to count on right now.
Well, your thing I want to do is bail on you, Sam, as your friend and as your producer. I mean, I really believe that there are big rewards in this for both of us. But I'm not willing to risk my life again. So the next time a gun is pulled on anyone, I'm out. Are we clear?
This means you're in. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I promise you won't regret this. I am going to make sure that this show is everything you ever hoped for.
Well, I can't wait.
Me neither. I'm going to find Brandon. I'm going to let him know that everything's back on. Thank you.
This show's your baby. And you weren't really gonna quit, were you?
I needed to see how important this was to Sam. She's hooked. Which means it's really going to hurt when Sam's past blows up in her face and she loses everything.
Are we ready to leave?
Yeah, it's getting late. I should call the car.
Hey, is Lila ready?
Gorgeous. So innocent. Makes you want to do anything to protect her.
Yes, it does. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird.